Hello, welcome back to me being trapped in my room. Anyways, for today's video, I want to talk about my experience with being AROACE, Aromantic Asexual, AROACE. And this is kind of like a random video to come to, but I guess on this channel, my second channel, where on my main channel I play games, but on this channel it's kind of more miscellaneous, or when I want to talk about stuff, or if I want to do activities like dye my shoes green or cut my hair. But for this video, I want to talk about my experience being AROACE, because I don't have a lot of experience with things, but I do have an experience with whatever I am in the queer umbrella, which I didn't even know being AROACE was queer, but technically it is if you're like out of the norm of a typical hetero romantic sexuality, whatever situation. This video could be for the people who are aromantic themselves or asexual themselves, or questioning it, like, am I this, am I that? Or they're like, what is that? Another thing on the gay agenda? That was stupid. This really isn't anything special about being aromantic or being AROACE in general. It is something that's, I guess, a little different to a lot of people, and not that different to some people. And for me, it's just something that came so naturally, but it's also like, what's going on? What's happening? First, I'm gonna explain to those who don't know what AROACE means, or aromantic asexual. Aromantic. Asexual, ace. And aro, or aromantic, means having little to no romantic attraction or desire or just feelings for another person. For me, I don't want to be in relationships. Like, I'm like kind of far into the aromantic spectrum. Like, I'm like all the way down there where I have no desire to be in a relationship. I never have those holding hands relationship, wedding, marriage, dating. Oh, I want a boyfriend so bad. I was never like that. I love romance as like a genre in movies and music and all of that, but I don't want it for myself, I don't want it for myself. The thought of me holding hands, kissing, cuddling, doing all types of romance stuff with a person makes me cringe. It does, it makes me cringe. Yeah, that's my experience with aromanticism. And as for asexual, or ace, the basic meaning is to have little to no sexual desire or interest or attraction towards people, or just in general. In my case, I think I would be considered gray sexual, but I'm not completely sure about how I feel or how I am when it comes to my sexuality. But I know that I'm definitely asexual, but to pinpoint where I am on the asexual spectrum is kind of hard. But I think I am gray sexual. Like, the farthest that I could think of me having any interest in is kissing someone. But even that, just the thought of it is just like, I don't know. I'm 100% sure I'm asexual and I'm aromantic. Where I am on each spectrum is not 100% sure. Sexuality is a spectrum. So the next thing I have is when I first realized I'm AROACE. Like, asexuality is definitely more commonly talked about, commonly known, more than aromantic. So it took me longer to even realize or even to know what that was. So I'm not completely sure when I realized, oh, I think I'm aromantic. But I think it definitely was either in my senior year of high school or a little bit through college. One of those. But when I first realized or had an idea that I may be asexual was in middle school, because like I wasn't totally sure, but I guess I was talking to like an old friend, and I was like, oh, I'm this and that, and I don't really feel like this and that. And then they were like, oh, you are probably asexual. And I'm like, okay. And I guess I looked into it and stuff, and I never really like claimed it 100%. I was in middle school. I don't know. It just wasn't really on my mind that much. It was just something that was like, oh, maybe. Anyways, you know? But when I first realized I'm AROACE, I can't even say for sure. All I can say for sure was about my first relationship was, well, not even first, but my first technically real relationship is when I was like, yeah, there's definitely something weird going on. And my first relationship, well, real relationship, because my first relationship was probably in elementary school. Like in elementary school, because like this guy I thought was kind of cute, and he had like a white, it was mostly because he had a white strip in his hair, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I like him. So I dated him for probably 2 days, and then he ended up dating another girl, and then I arranged their wedding in the playground. But my first real relationship was with a guy I knew in middle school. In my freshman year, he liked this other girl, and this other girl, because he was kind of like a hopeless romantic, and he just really wanted to be in a relationship, and he just wanted to be in love, and he just wanted, you know, all the things that comes into a relationship. And these girls, they did not want him, you know, they did not, but I did. Because I don't know, I thought he was kind of cutish or whatever, and he was fun and nice. I enjoyed chasing him, you know. I enjoyed being like, oh, I'm gonna get you, you're gonna be mine, blah 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 blah. And then once I actually got him, I did not want him anymore. It was like as soon as we actually started dating, and the one, I don't really remember much of the relationship at all. I just remember how disgusted I feel. Because I remember in a computer lab, and we had the same computer class, and he would try to sit, like, not try, he would. It's not like I'm gonna be like, no, get away from me. But he would sit next to me and like lay on my arm. And I would say in high school, I was still hairy. I was pretty much hairy my whole life. And he would lay on my arm, and it'll be hairy. And I'm just like, ugh, he's laying on my arm is hairy. And he doesn't care at all. And I don't know if it wasn't so much that, but it's just like, I was just so grossed out that he was just laying on me, and I just wanted him to get off. Because I would let friends lay on me or whatever. I mean, though, like skin-to-skin contact kind of bothered me, depending on each person, mostly most people. But I feel like if it was with a friend and they were laying on me, I'd be like, ooh, I feel like a big sister. But with him, it's because since I knew we were dating, and I knew that he saw me in a different way, that was just like, ew, get off of me. And of course I wouldn't say that, because, you know, he was nice, he was sweet, he was cute, blah blah blah. He would be laying on me and wanted to hold hands, and I guess I did hold hands with him, and I felt, just the thought of holding hands with someone kind of grosses me out. I wanted it to end, and it wasn't no better when my older brother used to tell me,
you gotta wait 3 weeks before you can give your boyfriend a first kiss.
And I listened to that. I thought about that every single day. As 3 weeks was approaching, I was becoming more and more stressed. I was becoming so stressed and so like anxious, and I was like, I do not want to kiss this boy. I don't want to, no beso. I was asking my friend, like the friend that he liked, that was also my friend, and she was like, oh no, just work it out, you know, keep dating. You know, I'm sure she just wanted to work it out, you know. We're all freshmen, we're stupid as hell. She wanted me to keep dating him. But I feel like it's because she didn't want him trying to get at her anymore, which is reasonable. But so that's the reason why it lasted as long as almost 3 weeks. Because I didn't want to break up with him, but they wouldn't let me. I was trying to do good by the girls, but also trying to give it a chance. And it was a mistake. Because I couldn't take it anymore. I broke up with him. I used my mom won't let me date, so we have to break up, you know, excuse, because I did not want to date him anymore. I just couldn't handle it anymore. It was weird. Holding hands and him laying on me and being in a relationship was weird and gross, and I didn't want it anymore. And then after I finished dating him, I was like, I'm no longer dating someone that I don't like, that I don't have true feelings for. I'm never gonna date again until I have true feelings. And then I never dated again because I never had feelings for someone like that, which is eventually when I realized, oh, I'm a romantic, I've never felt romantic feelings for anyone before. Like I've had crushes, you know, where I looked at some guy and I was like, wow, they're so cool and funny, or maybe even good looking. And then I would develop this crush on him. Like I would never even much call it a crush because I feel like crushes are more of romantic feelings than it is just being like, ooh, good looking person. But a lot of times I would become just a little obsessive or a little into a person because I think that they're cool or they're really funny, and it's more so I never thought, ooh, I want to date this person. It was always, I wish I could be their friend, you know, automatically friend zoning myself. Maybe there's one guy, but then like my attraction towards him quickly faded. Like it was just like I seen him do this one thing, I was attracted to him, and then it quickly died off and I was no longer attracted to him. Being AROACE isn't nothing special. I feel like a lot more people would be it if they thought more about it, because you know, a lot of people they hear these words and they're like, oh, these words are just made up, they're not real people or whatever. And it's just, yeah, it's technically a made up word. All words are made up. That's how you make words. Sometimes when you don't know your labels or something in your life is confusing and weird happening and you're just like, what is happening? It's nice to know what's happening. So yeah, I used to be scared of being lonely forever, but then I got over it. I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna just have like dogs, maybe a cat, and people will just visit me or I'll just visit them all the time and I won't be lonely. You know, I just need to get more friends. And the thing with being AROACE, sometimes you get confused about your sexuality. You're just like, am I straight or whatever? Because you're like, I don't really care so much about these different people. Like I don't really care about dating guys or care about dating girls. But it's just like, I feel this way or feel that way. And it just can be very confusing. You're just like, what am I? I don't like genitals. Like, you know, it's just confusing, and maybe that's just for me, but I hear that for a lot of people who are asexual, aromantic, they're just like, I don't know what I am, besides being AROACE, or arrow and ace, or ace, whatever. And I kind of stopped trying to care about trying to figure out my other sexuality, because like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because I don't want to date anyone. I just want to talk about that. I always feel like it's nice to find videos about people that relate to your labels. It's nice to know what other people are thinking or feeling like especially when you're trying to figure out yourself or you're just trying to find people like you. Kind of like when I went to like the more white part of Florida and I just saw, there was just such a rare moment to see people of color, to see like black people or see like Spanish people or Latino people, and it's just such a rarity, and I was just like, where is all the minorities? So I hope you liked this video. Hope you subscribe, you know, find out more what? I don't know. Hope you liked this video, subscribe, and I hope you learned more about being aro or being ace or being aromantic and being asexual. And if you're aromantic and or asexual, you know, leave a comment. I mean, you can leave a comment, whatever, even if you're not, but especially if you are, you're welcome. You're welcomed. I have other videos, watch them, subscribe, put on the notifications to see when I will post a new video, because I don't necessarily have a schedule until I figure shit out. I also have a gaming channel, which is kind of my main channel. It's basically my main channel. So yeah. Goodbye.